So in this video tutorial, what I'm going to be doing is start my editing of that basic template flyer to finally end up with a flyer that I mentioned before that looks like this. So, the question is always, where do I start? Should I start with the picture? Should I start with the graphics? Should I start with the text? I think the way I take a look at this is I say, let's just pick one and go with that. And I'm going to just start with the text. So in order to work with this, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the template flyer, which is right here. And for my purposes, it's going to help me a little bit. I'm going to turn off the grid lines and the guidelines just to make it a little bit easier for me to see. So I'm going to go ahead and click here and the guides are gone. So the first place I'm going to do is I'm going to start up here and I'm just going to highlight this. And in this case, I'm going to put in what we call a tagline. This is something that is like a one-line statement, sort of like your mission statement, like selling great homes in Sacramento, something that just makes, if you will, like a mission statement, just like a one-line mission statement or a little brief thing. So what I'm going to do in my case, and notice I'm not changing the way the text looks. I'm just going to type, let's see, L-L-I-N-G, selling luxury, L-U-X-U-R-Y, homes in El Dorado, E-L-D-O-R-A-D-O, hills. And we could argue whether I should limit it to that or whatever, but in my particular case, that's what I'm going to put for this purpose. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of work my way down the template. What I need to do right in here is I need to put the price of the property. So I'm just going to go ahead and highlight this, and I'm going to put the $sign in, and the price I'm going to have is 1, comma, I don't think I need a comma there, 595, comma, 1, 2, 3. And notice that the box sort of goes, it's not wide enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just drag the handle here a little bit, and just a little bit more. And that finally, and you can play with these handles, by the way. You can play back and forth, move them around until you get it the way that you particularly want it. If I go too far, it's going to go to the next line. If I drag the handle out here a little bit more, just a little bit more, it'll put everything here. I may take and move this up a little bit like this. And now I've got just the price in there. And that's basically what I want for the purposes of this. I don't know if I necessarily need that space in there, so I can get rid of that space. So again, I've got that box selected. If I click off of it, it's gone. The next thing that I'm going to do is I want to edit these items here. These are bulleted list items. A couple things that I could do here to make my editing a little bit easier without changing anything. I just kind of move over like this and zoom in a little bit, so it's a little bit easier for me to type and see what I'm doing. Remember, I'm not changing what this looks like. I'm just changing my view. It's like looking through a magnifying glass. I'm just going to put 5 bedrooms, B-E-D-R-O-O-M-S, and go down here. And in this case, I'm going to go 5.5 baths, B-A-T-H-S. And all I'm doing is just highlighting stuff and just typing. Central, C-E-N-T-R-A-L, vacuum, V-A-C-U-U-M. Next one. And by the way, if you make a mistake spelling, which I'm famous for, it will highlight it in red or put a little red line underneath it. So I'm going to put chef, C-H-E-F apostrophe S, kitchen, K-I-T-C-H-E-N. Going down from here, I'm just going to highlight this one right here where I need to put, this has city, light, L-I-G-H-T, lights view. And this is something that's a feature, especially up in the El Dorado Hills area, that if you have a view of the city lights or Folsom Lake, which is a western exposure, that's something you really want to put in here. I'm going to put in that I have a large pool, L-A-R-G-E-P-O-O-L, And then of course I'm going to put down here that I have another feature that I may have is a 5-car garage. And then the last thing is I need a multiple listing number, and these are typically usually about 8 numbers, so I'm just going to kind of make one up. But remember, when you put your listing in MLS, it will assign you a number. That's where you would get that from. So I'll make one up, which is 25887416. And again, I've got that type. Now I'm going to zoom back out again so you can see that I kind of move back and forth in here. So this, right now I'm at 100%, so now you see what this kind of looks like right now. I'm not going to worry about formatting it or making it bigger or anything else. I'm just going to kind of leave it the way it is. Right here I'm going to put the property address, which is, again, 4121 Terracina Drive. And it happens to be in El Dorado Hills. Dorado Hills, and then California, CA, and then the zip code 95762. Going down from here now, so you don't have to watch or suffer through and watch me type, what I'm going to do is I already have the text that I want to put here written out in Notepad. I'm going to just pull this up really quickly. And this is something I would recommend that maybe you would, want to think of, get your text the way that you want it. But I'm just going to go ahead in here and I'm going to go ahead and highlight and copy it and edit, copy. And then I'm going to minimize this and I'm going to go right back in here to this text box and I'm just going to highlight and I'm going to right click and paste. And you'll see that now I have the text in here. And then moving down from here, I need an agent's name and credentials, so I'm going to put in my name, Patrick, J period, Hoggarty, comma, and then whatever credentials you may have, like a certain degree, master's degree, you're a real estate broker, there are designations in real estate like GRI, a lot of different things that you may very well want to put in here. I'm just going to put MA. And then right down here, I have organization's name, which is the name of the real estate brokerage, which is CENTURY. Made a mistake here, so I'm going to go back in. CENTURY 21. And then what I did is I just put a tag in here, so it's obvious that it's just me, so I'm just going to call it the real estate ESTATE professor, FESSOR. And then what I would do at this point, if I've done this much work, before I go any further, so I don't mess things up, I'm just going to go up here to File. In my case, I'm going to say Save As. I'm going to put it in a location where I happen to know where it is, so in case the computer quits or something, I'll be okay. I have made, in my particular case, a file folder underneath, and I'll just make sure I can find where it is. I have Microsoft Publisher video tutorials. I have the real estate flyer, and I'm just going to go and call this REAL State Flyer example -2. I don't think I've used that yet, and just say save. And so now I know, it changed the title up here, so I know I've saved it. And then I can go back in here and change the remaining part of this. Really quickly, what I'm going to do is right here, primary address. I'm just going to highlight all this text, and the text is going to be 1245 Terracina Drive, and that's going to be in El Dorado, ELDORADO Hills, California, zip code 95762. And what I'm going to do is go over here with the phone numbers. Again, 916-558-2314. Mobile phone number 916-558 539-4578. If I have a fax number, 916-558-2789, and then of course email address I put right here. Right, go from here, this side here, like this, just HOGARTP @scc.losrios.edu. And then the last thing is down here. This is where I would put any kind of a disclaimer in here. So what I'm going to do here is just get rid of this, and we're just going to leave this in here where it says each office is independently owned and operated. Okay, I'm going to move this up here a little bit like this, move this down here a little bit like this, and kind of now I'm done with the actual entering of the text. What I'm going to do at this point is I want to go back here again and save. So remember, once I save it once, I hit the button again, it's going to save all of my changes. And so the hardest part we've had to do now is get the text in here, and we still need to go back and format the text, and you need to change the pictures out, and I'm going to be doing those kinds of things work together. So in other words, I may have to move the picture, resize the picture, and then fit the text so it goes around the picture or something like that. So we're going to do that in the next video tutorial.